I'm Nagito Komaeda. Nice to meet you.
January 5th, 2015. This is the date that the Komaeda Love Mail account was first created. The account's aim was to spread positivity, where people would give anonymous confessions, with the account replying back as Komaeda would. The account didn't seem bad or out of place, and looked like a group of Danganronpa fans trying to help each other or the community. However, this innocent-looking page would turn from spreading positivity to creating one of the biggest, most disturbing websites to ever grace the Danganronpa community. Before going to the main point of this video, let me explain the page a bit more. As you already saw, the page started the first couple months spreading positivity, with Komaeda being the main source of it, but ever since now has turned into a very creepy and disturbing place. According to the page, there are a large number of mods running the page all at once, and they're basically allowed to post whatever they want. And the thing is, even to this day, the mods are still anonymous, so we have no clue about who they are or who even runs the page. This video will be focusing on the Komaeda Love Mail portal, which is an archive of every website that the Komaeda Love Mail has made over the years, with some more disturbing than others. There's 153 in total, so we're going to be here for a while, but I'll be going over each website and giving as many details as I can find on the page. I won't be talking about anything lore related within the Komaeda Love Mail because I would not have a clue, plus this video would be like 8 hours long. So this video more so serves as documenting what these pages are in case people have not seen it or don't want to go through themselves. I also want to give a big thank you to the Komaeda Love Mail wiki. They have a lot of info on some pages there, some don't, but they definitely helped making this video to a degree. So a lot of info there I would not have. So basically I'll leave a link in the description for that too. But with that out the way, let's go through the Komaeda Love Mail portal. Secret. This website is just a blank page with the words "I can't fucking breathe." If you go into the coding of the page, you can see a secret message that says, "We all die the same. Remember this, oh great Komaeda." Death. This is very similar to the first one, being just a blank page with a text that says, "Is this what you wanted? For all of Komaeda kind to die?" From what I know, Komaeda kind is referring to the Komaeda within everybody's hearts. In addition to this, the website also says Komaeda kind is thriving. He loves you. Again, another blank page with the words, "Sometimes people ask me why I love Nagito Komaeda so much, but the answer is simple. He has prehensile fingers to latch onto things, his bed is made of his own hair, 3,000 thread count." Also hidden in the coding of the page reads the lines, "Komaeda, I swore an oath in your name to always love you. I will never forget this oath as long as my tender legs stand on this wasted earth. Without you, I would be nothing." Important. Okay, this one may look very long, but it's the same sentence repeated 31 times, so I'll just repeat the original sentence. "Komaeda, please help me. I have been on the run for 5 months, avoiding the authorities and the laws they upholded. I am thirsty, I am hungry, but most of all, I am tired. I am tired of running, of hiding, and all I want is a home and a friend. Komaeda, please help me, save me. If not out of concern for my plight, then out of the goodness in your heart, you are my last hope. Your worthless son, Henry Goto." Something to note is that this is all the exact same, except for the last one, which actually says the words Henry Gotiv instead of Henry Gotu. The end. This page is the very first of many interactable games that appear on the portal. The page plays a very eerie song during all this called The Deep Despairing Hall of Komaeda. The game starts with the "Welcome, were you surprised to find me here?" Then continues with, "Haha, but of course. No one expects to see me. I don't blame you for being so shocked. Well, what do you have to say? Do you want to see it?" After this point, the game asks you multiple questions, with each answer having different reactions from the text. However, every answer brings you to the same ending, of bringing you up a Google form post for you to fill in. Saying the lines, "Open your eyes, listen to the words. Does it affect you? Does it enlighten you?" With them asking you for your name and if you can see it, which my guess is the Hope's Core, as when playing through, if you pick the choice to see it, they tell you that it's the Hope's Core and says that that's how hope is made. Something interesting about this game too is that there are random events that have chances of appearing. For example, there's a 10% chance of a small Komaeda to appear in the background to the left side, and a bit more disturbing is that there's a 25% chance of Komaeda's hair facing away from you with a light shining on it, and that's all it is. If this random event occurs, you can't progress or can't even do anything, and in order to access the rest of the page, you have to refresh. Smell. This is yet again another blank page with the words, would you imagine his smell, his touch, his feel? I would. I would think he smelled of lavender. Sex zone. Here we have multiple PNGs of Komaeda either being his sprites, his hair, or just his hands, with rainbow text in the middle reading, welcome to my secret web zone. Shh. Don't let anybody know. Know what I am here for. Always. Smile. And may hope shine through. I love you. Praise thee, O Nagito of Komaeda. May your holy light shine on us and protect us from evil and harm for all eternity. Rejoice. Sing hallelujah. Without the bottom being a copyright for the page itself, with the message saying, disclaimer, I am no responsible for all Komaedas. Use at your own risk. 2016. Blank page. He's big. He's bold. Dress. This is a game, I guess. At the top of the page it says, please dress Komaeda. He's very chilly and needs more clothing on top of his jacket. Here is a sprite of Komaeda where you get to put multiple different types of clothes on Komaeda's sprite. Basically being a dress-up game, and there are some basic clothes to choose here and whatnot, but the thing is, within the coding of the website, I don't know how to activate it, but there's a secret costume, and it's this. The title of the PNG is called Komaeda, and this character appears much more the further we go, so please keep that in mind. Hello. Just a block of text that says, ah, repeated over and over. Classified. This page seems to show 4 different types of emails from 4 different people. My guess, or well, a lot of people's guesses are that these are the emails sent by the mods, or these are the mods. Because the names on the emails are actually censored, so we can't actually see who it's from or by who. There's nothing really too important with these emails, it just kind of seems like small talk, plus there's this image of a lizard at the bottom. Hope. A blank page with the lines, are you nervous? Ha ha ha. If you were to highlight the page, you'll be able to see a secret 4th line underneath that says, did you expect for me to be so tiny? To be able to fit in your palm? No one ever does, haha. Thoughts. This is a game where you get to see what Komaeda thinks of you. This is basically a look game of reading the dialogue Komaeda provides, and then depending on what he says, you either gain or lose health. From what I'm seeing, there isn't really an ending to this game unless you lose all of your health, which the text says, you have angered him, leave now at once. If you don't leave and instead click the button again, the text changes to, do not continue to bother him. Pressing the button a 3rd time will make him say, leave now. And finally, if you do it a 4th time, it says, value your physical form while you still have it, do not push your luck. Choice. A sprite of Komaeda in the middle of the page with the option, which do you pick? With the word hope, being in red at the bottom. But if you click the page, Komaeda's sprite will flip to a different one, but instead of saying hope, it will say despair. That's really it, nothing really else to say, honestly. But at the bottom is a secret message if you highlight it that says, or do you pick your nose? Shoes. This is a page with one image that is a drawing of Komaeda with his shoes, and him saying, these darn old things. Thanks for your help. When you click the image, it sends you to the emails page that we just discovered a while ago, with the 4 emails. In addition to this, hiding in the page codes is the sentence, who are we to play God? With the photo included just being called blood. Toes. Blank page with the lines, he has nimble finger-like toe that can grasp objects with incredible accuracy. FAQ. This is a page where it's like frequently asked questions, but there's only 3 listed here, with them being, are you okay? He is in stable condition. Perfectly healthy. The second question is, when is the end? When it's done. And the last question being, did you see my ask? Why wouldn't you answer my ask? There are thousands of you, and a large yet much less able amount of Komaedas. Nest. This is a game which you have a bunch of Komaeda's hair in a nest, and as the player you get to decide what would be the best material for use for the nest. But from what I've seen, there's actually a lot of different endings depending on what you pick. But I think most of the endings are kind of the same, with the only difference being that they either thank you for your help or don't thank you for your help. However, at the end, there's one last choice. Fire. When clicking this, fire will appear from the bottom of the screen, with the rest of the page's colors changing. The text box will say, "Ah, the pinnacle of hope, the warmest thing you could have brought for my young," before they all disappear from the page. BYF. Normally BYF usually stands for before you follow and is used a lot on Tumblr and Twitter. However, this page just has 10 things listed, saying that somebody, which I guess would be Komaeda, doesn't have skin, hair, teeth, eyes, a skull, legs, flesh, a heart, and lastly, organs. 4 of the things listed here are underlined, and if you were to hover over them, they actually give you extra text. Hovering over hair gives you in his early 20s, around 22 at youngest. Hovering over skull gives you I just hate them. Hovering over legs gives you please don't make me look at them. And lastly, hovering over flesh gives you the text I don't really want to talk about this one. Hospital. This page consists of this trippy looking text that says yes, it's true, the surgery went well, and that's it, there isn't anything else on the page. Intrusion. This page has the same floating Komaeda hair facing away from the camera that we saw in the end page, where it has a rare chance of getting this image, but the thing is that this page is just auto-playing the same image over and over with a dimly lit light flickering on and off. As I can tell, there's nothing else on the page, and it's just this. Shrink. It's tagged as an interactable game, but in this page is a sprite of Komaeda with the lines, "Click that motherfucker and make him pay." When you click the sprite, it gets smaller. For every time you click Komaeda, the sprite of him gets smaller and smaller, with each time the text changing. There isn't really a point of me saying what all these lines are, as it's mostly just words of encouragement, except for the last click, being click 14. The screen changes to black, and it says the lines, "That's enough. I'm sorry for making you do my dirty work. Please don't hate me for this," with an image that in the website's code is called Shrinkmaeda. Hovering over the image says, "I'm so fucking trash." And if you click the image, it sends you to the classified page with the leaked emails. Glued. A blank page with the sentence, "Liquid hide wood glue. This glue should do the trick. That'll hold him. Ah, liquid hide wood glue. This glue is made of horses. He's gonna get stuck in horse. That'll hold him. This glue is made of horses. He's gonna get stuck in horse. Ah, liquid hide wood glue. That'll hold him. This glue is made of horses." In addition to this, hidden in the page's code is the line, "Hold me tight and dirty, it's so cold." 4. The only thing on this page is the words "help me" repeated 4 times and a bunch of E's repeated at the bottom. Halloween. There is a jack-o'-lantern wearing a hat in the middle with the text, "Happy Halloween everybody, hold on to your grandmas." And then after a while the page gets spammed with a bunch of different special effects. Eyes. This page is just an edited image of Komaeda with his eyes really big, looking like one of those shitpost edits you see on Google. So that's really it, nothing else on the page. Josh. This is Josh. On this page, they consistently fade in and out of the darkness. When hovering over them, it says the text, "I'm so fucking sorry, my sweet, we were not meant to be." And if clicked on, will take you to the next page on the list, which is called Letter. Letter. This is a website with the lines, "I am so sorry, my tender Josh, my lovely Josh," and "To all departed. I'm so fucking sorry, I will make you real." Hovering over the text says, "I'm so fucking sorry," and that's it for the page. I have legit no clue what this means, but yeah. Real. This page has the words, "Here is a little hint. It always works when I'm feeling sad. I go to the computer, open up www.blank.com, and type in, instant messenger bring me to a new world. I blank. Always fun to meet new friends." Honestly, I doubt there is a way that we would be able to tell what this blanked out text is, so there's no point of trying to figure it out. Komaeda. Another blank page that just says the words, "I will update this page as I learn more about computers. Please be patient with this old Komaeda." There is nothing more else on the page. Love. This site is tagged with the word story, which is just a page of a giant story, so I'll detail what it is. It begins with the character that the story is based upon saying that things are a bit like puzzles and how they fit together, fitting nicely but still being able to split apart easily. They go on to say that there are people who glue puzzles together and hang them up as decorations, explaining that their grandmother was such a person. They talk on how she would buy 1,000 puzzle pieces and work on them through the night. She enjoyed the act of building them and considered them decorations, filling up the walls of their house with them. Though the character didn't like this and didn't tell her to stop, they strongly disliked her hobby and the puzzles, and wished something would happen to them to be destroyed. Their grandmother, however, used a special glue to keep these puzzles together, assuring that they would stay intact. The character deeply hated this, praying that the puzzle's destruction would still someday happen. One day, the character explains that grandmother's prized puzzle above her bed fell down. They waited with bated breath in hopes that this would bring her to a moment to clarify and lead her to stop assembling them. Their grandmother picked up the puzzle, threw it away, and the very next day she got a replacement puzzle and put it up in the same place. The puzzles never stopped, the last line reads. Something to note about this page too is that the words glue and the word painting are links when you hover over them. Glue sends you to the glue page we just covered, while painting sends you to a new page. Painting. This is a massive page with red text on this black background. This may look like some random keyboard typing or whatever, but this is actually coding. This is something called Base64, which allows you to get strings of text and turn them into images. When translating these words into images, this is the first image, which is a white background with the words, "It's not his fault, his memory was wiped, he only yearns again to be fully human." The second image when converting the text is an image of one of Komaeda's sprites edited to blend with the background with the words, "Hope remains in humanity and no other." Organic. This site is tagged as an interactable game. It starts with the text box saying, "You notice a sprout, picking its head out of the otherwise cracked and dry earth." It seems to be struggling for survival in this landscape. Clicking the box leads to the first question of, you lean in for a closer look. Perhaps, what is this plant? Need some water? With a yes or no choice. From what I can gather from this, all the so-called endings make you restart and start the whole thing over again. Except for one ending, which sends you to a link to the next page on the portal. Apart from this ending, all the rest just talk about how you killed the plant by accident or on purpose. Sentience. As you can see, this page and the organic page are linked, in which you get to see the sprout that you watered. From what I can tell, that's all this page is. It's just this and nothing else, but when you hover over it, it does go blurry. Acid. Here we have a scrolling background of a cake with Komaeda's face and name on it. Clicking on the background changes the image to another cake with Komaeda on it. But if you click on the page a couple times and wait, the lines, "Would you take a bite out of this? Just wondering." Hug. This whole page is kinda hard to look at in my opinion, as the background and the trippy looking text does hurt my eyes. However, this page is another story which I'll read out. Sometimes I think we forgot the positive effects of physical contact. We are on our computers, locked behind closed doors, forget what it's like to embrace somebody. It doesn't matter if they're our friend or not. It doesn't matter if they're alive or not. It's been a long time since I embraced anybody. I think it's because my limbs are so disgustingly long. People have said, "You seem to be the big spoon type, you know?" And of course, I don't know. I suppose it would be awkward for me to be the little spoon. They need to be small, the little spoon. It doesn't make sense having a big little spoon. I was inclined to agree. Well, it's not like I care that much. I just want to hold somebody. I'm scared. I'm scared of being held by myself, though I don't think I could trust anybody with my internal organs like that. I like to, though. I want to feel somebody's hands on my cold body. I want somebody to hold me. I want someone to hold my heart, raw and flesh, in their hands, look at it, shaking as they do. I imagine it would be quite scary. I want it to pulsate in their hands, to throb unbelievably until they're too scared to keep holding it, and then they throw it to the ground, as though it was trying to attack them. Perhaps it was, I'll never know. The reason my organs are inside my body is that I don't have to hear what they say. One time, during surgery, I think it was, my skin was peeled back and my lungs were uncovered. They said such awful things. I hope I never have to hear them again. Afterwards, the doctors didn't really know what to say. It was unexpected. That's the first time it happened. The first time in a while, at least. Hark. This consists of shaking text on a black background that says, "Oofs. I weep myself to slumber. I exist alone, you see. I wish for somebody to reach inside my chest and pull my rib, as though he be God, and I am Adam, and craft another soul of flare this loathsome Garden of Eden combined with clay. We build anew, darling. I am in love with you." Kin. This website is a Google Maps location. Looking around kind of shows you're in the middle of nowhere. Apparently this is Nevada, state of 79, but I don't really know what this means. 43. Another Google Maps location, this time located on the road of a grassy field with a small town in the background. This is located in Russia, but again, just like the previous page, I have legit no clue. Fight. This page is a blue background with the text, who wins in a fight, mod 12 or mod 43. Click to generate a result, with a small click me button underneath it. Clicking it shows a big text of which mod won the fight and keeps the results at the bottom. The only thing else on this page I found is that if mod 43 gets over 50 wins, it brings up the text, stop making me fight so much. You're only testing fate, bitch. Missives. This site contains multiple really small emails. I won't be reading it through each one, but it looks like to be a conversation about two people talking about being lonely with each other, and talks about thinking of happy memories before surgery. Oh, and just like the other email website from before, the names are censored, so we can't see their names or who they are. Mystery. A blank page with a piece of text saying, well, hello and welcome to my blog. I have a little question for you today. Are you ready to hear it? Well, here it does. Where do elks live? Another thought. Are elks real? Now you may be wondering, of course elks are real, but I'm sure if they were real, how come all their photos are fake, or come with saw a real elk today, ? I'm here to discuss if elks are real, and if anybody would like to help me, then please feel free to just add some more information. I'm really worried if elks are real, because there are some noises that I'm certain is an elk. I'm not sure if it's harmless or not. Elks have been said to have really small, but have pointy claws. Hellied. Shows what the old Komaeda Love Mail blog looked like with the text, hi, just a small update, it's been years since I last saw him. I hope he remembers me, I miss him so much. Hopefully he remembers me, I really hope so. Bad end. Another blank page with the text, I want an ending where Komaeda curls up in a ball on the floor, eating bread, and the scene ends like this. In addition to this website, the code of it says, I want to roll him up in tinfoil and put him in the fridge and never let him out until he molds. Funky Kong. It's just this image of Komaeda from the anime with some rainbow light looking thing surrounding him. As far as I'm aware, this is the only thing on the page. Proof. This is actually a link that redirects you to a Google search that says, who is Drake's dad? Does he have a dad? If he does, how? Structure. This site is tagged a story containing scrolling text on a grey-blue background, which says, there's something jarring about skyscrapers. Most people have a fear of heights. I know. A lot of my friends get squeamish just being on these glass elevators that look over the city. I'm not particularly fond of them either. However, what I don't like about skyscrapers fits in its own category entirely. Perhaps it's the way they just jut out from the rest of the buildings. That unnatural way they come out to be so tall among their short peers. And for what reason? At least in nature, trees grow to be hundreds of meters tall for the purpose of reaching the sunlight so they can photosynthesize it into nutritions. Who would put a solar panel on a skyscraper after all? No. Skyscraper and the people inside them have no use for sunlight. It's all artificial. UV lights installed on desk lamps, blue lights and heaters for potted plants. They have little use for nutrition. As well, looking up at a skyscraper, you cannot fathom how tall it is. I can't process how large the sun is either. It's so far away, it's so bright to look at, I can hardly manage to look up at skyscrapers when the sun is out, even on cloudy days. As I peer up at the heavens, the dim light strains my eyes. I'd rather not look at the sky. I think I'll remain looking at the ground. I'm safer when I'm closer to the Earth's core. Christmas. This page has a striped Christmas pattern as its background with the box in the middle that says, wow, lol, this JGS guy, always making cool word art, I love it, lol. Mods. Again, just like the Hellied page from before, says what the old Komaeda Love Mail blog looked like with the text box having two links and the words, more coming soon, I'm stupid. Both of these links share the same names as the ones on the Komaeda Love Mail portal, however they're completely different. Clicking on the 12 gives you this website of a bunch of photos of Komaeda from the anime, all heavily edited with the lines, I'm so fucking faded. Clicking the photo in the middle brings you to a Tumblr blog called Extremely Lifelike Clown Doll with Realistic Eyes. The 4 page is just an image of Kirby with a clown power-up. When hovering over it, it starts shaking rapidly, but if you click it, it sends you to this Tumblr blog of what it just seems to be a person's personal blog, and they even still post it to this day. Nagito Komaeda, a page with the words, oh god, I want to meet him. Suicide. This page consists of giant text where you have to scroll in order to see the whole thing, but it says, "Is everything okay? If you're somebody you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, please call the lifeline 1-800-273-8255. If you're in any other type of crisis, you can chat confidentially with a volunteer at imalive.org or anonymously with a trained active listener from 7 Cups of Tea, 7cups.com. However, after this is a really small text at the bottom which says, "I like to go to 7 Cups at public library so they don't know my IP address, and my roleplay is Hinata. And I tell them that I don't know my super high school talent, and I woke up on a mysterious island, and they tell me to get into therapy, and I tell them there's no therapist on this island. I've gotten banned a couple times, so I keep hopping onto different libraries for a new IP, and getting banned again, but they can't get rid of me. Eat." It does the same as the other 2 pages and sends you to a Google search with ragu sauce, I don't know. 12. This page bullet points 12 different things, with it being like the 12 days of Christmas thing. On the 12th day of Christmas, Komaeda gave to me 12 moderators, 11 bags of oats, 10 Dr. Hoppers, 9 pairs of scissors, 8 Venus Sonatas, 7, 6, 5. I'm really sorry, I gave up on this halfway through. Marge. A red background with the black text saying, "I'm terrified of Marge Simpson. She held me at gunpoint to make this page." 2017. A blank page with the words, "There's plans, not concrete, not guarantee, I don't fucking know." Komaeda Love Mail. This page has a notepad as its background with special text font that makes it look like it's written on the page. It says, "Do you know what goes into love mail?" Love, of course. That's a given. Mail, also. You can assume a couple things right off the bat. Effort, time, and some words. These are always put into the love mail mixture. But what else goes into love mail? Not a shred of humanity, nor is any human emotion required to make love mail. Love mail could be created and published entirely by robots, although I don't think we've reached that kind of technology breakthrough. But wouldn't that be nice? It might save us some time, but it might nullify the love of love mail. Maybe. What do we define love mail as? Is it all sorts of things? Love mail could be a hello from a friend, or goodbye from an enemy. It's see you soon and welcome back simultaneously. It's music recommendations and homework help. Love mail doesn't have to be right or wrong, or even true, or even useful in the slightest sense to any whose eyes fall upon it. It is love mail simply by existing. And so, this is love mail, and you are its recipient. As you can see at the end is a link, but it sends you to the page coming up later on within the portal called Bottle. Everything. As far as I can tell, this is just an earlier version of the portal with links to all the pages that were created before this point. Hinata. Bright yellow background with the text that says, "It's a hillbilly twister. Close up the cops, shut the gates, boys, we got a hillbilly twister on our hands." Ibuki. This site is more like an introduction for somebody called Mod Ibuki. The page is multiple different Ibuki sprites followed by the mod talking about them applying for the job and that they had a full conversation with the different mods of the page, with her doing loads of emoji faces along the way. Despair. Blank page with a text, "I bet you feel so smart typing this into the URL, you little bitch. Well, fuck you." Sleep. So it starts with a bunch of random letters and then repeats the letter H over and over again till you get to the bottom that says, "Oh fuck, sorry, I think I fell asleep on my keyboard, I'm so sorry," with an image of Pixel Komaeda sleeping. Message. This is another interactable game where, if I'm being honest, is a very long one and has many different endings. However, the game seems to be a conversation between a couple talking over text, but the true ending consists of the person saying they will destroy Komaeda Love Mail with a link to the page Everything, which I just talked about, which was an earlier version of the portal. Bottle. This page consists of the text, "Good morning, traveler," with tiny text underneath saying, "My ship has sunk." Age. This site starts with this insanely small text, but if you zoom in enough or just copy and paste it, it's actually a poem, which says the following. "When I was 2, I built a shoe, and ran away to his domain, and when he found a lack of sound, he cried until the morning. When I was 4, I took a tour around the Alps and all its scalps, and when I saw the great big boar, I cried until the morning. When I was 6, I had ticks, and cried until the morning." Uncovering KLM. This page has scrolling text that says, "Suspicion arises," and that's it. I just ate a meal. All this site has is a blue background with the text, "Oh yes, I did, and it was a good food." Komaeda Jr. So this page details the life of a character called Komaeda Jr. As you can see by the photos, it's a blue glove with Komaeda's face drawn on. And at the top of the page it says November 24th, 2016 to January 9th, 2017. He lived as he died. Blue, wet, and full of powerful energy. Komaeda Jr. was full of so much vitality that sometimes I swore he was speaking to me, even though I knew no voice could escape his water-filled body. The words that came out were garbled and moist. He told me on several occasions that one day he would finally escape his hydrogen dioxide cage. By God, he kept that promise. He was so soft and warm, I miss him. At the bottom of the page details facts about Komaeda Jr. He was born 11:30 p.m. He lived for 46 days. He was constantly coated in a layer of oozing slime and plaster chips. He never saw the outside world. Water is his favorite element. His nails were painted red, then black. I cried when he was born. Wish. This website has a bunch of random pieces of text in bright red letters, with the bottom of the page reading, I wish I had human organs instead. Night. This one consists of 2 pieces of text saying, in the deep of the night I howl. However, if you go into the coding of the website, there's a PNG image of this. The text reads, you can kill me, you can kill my family, but understand that you'll never kill my hope. Phone. This page has red glowing text with the following, please contact us on our care line, we love you very much, the number is, between the space of text is an invisible text saying, please forgive me for everything I did, it was a mistake, I'm so sorry. Middle. 1 piece of text that says, I'm tired of centering pages. 7. A blank page with invisible text that says, what's out there? Is it you? I'm so cold, I'm so cold. Where am I now? There are no more lights. Last night, I dreamt I was holding your hand. Hey boys. It's just this pink bedsheet looking background with the words hey boys in the middle. Meaning. You look so sick. Support. This page repeats the same 3 words of breathe in, hold it, breathe out. With as you go down the page, an image of Komaeda's hand slowly fades in. Dance. Here we have a gif of Komaeda dancing with this music playing in the background.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Meat. This site has a background zooming in and out almost as if it was breathing, and with as the name of the site says, it's implied to be a meat background. Clicking on the image causes the text, please stop it hurts appearing, and I don't think there's anything else here. Vor. This page has the words, go to hell if you look this up, go to hell right now. Honey. I think this one is broken, as whenever I try to access the page, nothing shows up, not even like the coding of the website has anything, so my guess is that it's either broken or I'm overthinking it and then, like, this is actually the entire thing. Skin. Here we have an image of Komaeda on a boat during the Danganronpa 2, and every time you click the image, it starts shaking with somebody saying the word skin. In the coding of the website, it says, feel free to download these MP3s. Really? Feel free. You can do whatever you want. You're in control of your own body. Just right click and hit save link as and save it. Just do it. I mean, you want to. Body. This page consists of a faded Komaeda sprite with the text, oh god, please don't tell anyone, but I broke his body. I don't think anybody's noticed yet. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to fix it. Please don't tell on me. At the bottom of the page, your mouse cursor changes to a flashlight, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't do anything since it gets cut off at the bottom. Also hidden in the website's code is a link to a future site on the portal called Organs. Uwu. This page just says sorry, hold on, and that's it. Midotsuchi, I think that's how you say it. This site has music playing in the background that sounds like you're in a forest with purple and red text scrolling in the background, which says, did you think I'd forgotten? Would it be better if I had? What does it matter to postulate? Nothing. Yes, that's right. It isn't. Yes, that's right, isn't it? I'm sorry it had to end this way. With this image at the bottom, this character seems to be from an anime called Yamamushi Pedal. I think that's how I'm saying it. I probably said that wrong, but oh well. Basically, it's from an anime and a manga about people riding bicycles, but when you click on this image, an MP3 file plays, which I'm not going to play it, but it sounds like an animal screeching in pain. Organs. This page, yeah, it has multiple different images of organs flashing at the top with the text saying, oh hi, you found my little hiding spot, didn't you? Haha, well it's alright, I don't mind you being here as long as you don't tell anybody else. It's our secret now, okay? Please keep it a secret though. I don't want anyone getting jealous. Oh, you're looking at my organs? I bet you're interested in them, huh? I can tell you all about them, from left to right. These are their names: intestines, stomach, liver, pancreas, kidney, lungs, and bladder. They're pretty neat, aren't they? I grew them myself. I'm so proud. Aw, thank you. I bet your organs are cute too. Oh, you mean to say... What do you mean, my face? I thought everybody's organs had their face printed on them. It's not weird, is it? Now I feel bad. What do you mean? Oh, but you said it's still cute. Thank you. That makes me feel better. At least I'm unique, right? So what types of organs do you have? I have all those too. And all those glands and skin and whatnot, and the stuff that's not in my torso, too. My brain's not pictured here, but I assure you he's real cute. Wait, but you said there's something missing? I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly that's not an organ if people can function without it. Do you have a... That's weird. I think I'm a bit grossed out to hear you elaborate on that. No thanks. I'll do without the details. But are you even sure that's a real organ? Like, haven't you seen it up close? Have you? One time in science class years ago? And you still think it's real? No. Sorry, I don't think I believe in that. I've seen all my organs, and I guarantee you that thing doesn't even exist. Sorry. You can actually click the intestines and the bladder images at the top, which sends you to different links appearing as the same name that appear later on the portal. Bladder. This site has some weird looking text that says, aha, you found me. Aha, wait, what? That look on your face. Nothing is going on. I'm just full to the brim. I am hopeful. It's squeezing against my walls. Oh, this is a situation. The sight of you makes me full of hope. I'm having trouble containing my excitement. Sorry, did I spook you? I'm just so full. Slosh, slosh, tremble, tremble. It's hard to contain it any longer. I can't take it anymore. With this gif of, well, I'm not even going to explain it. Valentine's. Hello, Komaedalings. It's been quite a long time since we last talked one-on-one like this, hasn't it? I'm sure you're all wondering why I brought you here, and why you were required to wear this full-body scalp beetle costume before you were allowed to enter the premises. But no worries, all your questions will be answered in time. Just follow me. Back this way. He fumbles around with the buttons on the interface on the wall. The heavy metal door standing before you slides open, and suddenly with a click, then proceeds to show the naked Komaeda shot from the Danganronpa 3 anime, and then the rest of the page screaming. 3D. A blue box with the lines, "Don't worry about it, baby." Clicking on the link sends you to this video. If you take a look at the comments on this video, it's just filled with people talking about Komaeda. Birth. The words, "my little petri dish boy," in some trippy looking font, and in the background is a photo of what they like to call Venus Hinata. 23. This edited image of Komaeda sprite with the lines, "The mods of the Komaeda Love Mail would like to thank the 5 of you making none of this possible," with it infinitely scrolling at the bottom. Wake her up. Blanket. Can one of the mods code me a blanket here? I'm really cold, please. Make me a blanket, really cold. Can you message me when it's done just to let me know so I don't freeze to death? I don't care if it's pretty or even more than a fucked up HTML. I don't know how to code, I'm just so cold. I just want a blanket, thanks. I hope this isn't too much to ask. Made. When you enter the site, this warning comes up saying this page is fucked up. If you're sure you want to proceed viewing it, press continue, otherwise feel free to exit. With the background being this. A drawing of Komaeda wearing a maid outfit. Clicking continue brings up another warning. I fucking warned you. I told you it was fucked up, but you're going to ignore me, aren't you? Do you know what you're getting yourself into here? That warning was supposed to scare you off, and here you are clicking continue anyways. You're beyond help. After all these warnings, the page sends you to this, with creepy music blasting really loudly. The text on the right is very long, so I'm not going to read it out, but it looks like a bunch of people talking to each other, with them saying you look cute in a maid outfit, and about pouring honey on the floor or something. However, the second paragraph repeats the first one, but instead replaces certain words with the word clown or honk. Credit. Sorry, I lied. There's no theme credit. Some idiot fucking mod made this. I wonder who. With an image of Shrinkmader. Clicking on them sends you to the shrink page covered earlier on within the video. Sex. This site consists of multiple GIF of clowns with clown music playing in the background. Blood. The background here is red blood cells with shaking text that says, there's something strange about it. There's something not quite right when I look under my microscope and it glows under the light. Hagakure. There is a PNG of Yasuhiro Hagakure's sprite, and when you click on it, it plays a sound file of Toadsworth from the Mario series greeting you. Junko. Shaking text of, I'll get you someday, bitch. Clown. Many different clown gifs moving across your screen with the text hidden in the coding of the site that says, hi, welcome to the circus. I hope you have lots of fun, smiley face. Please, you have to help me get out of here. This place is filled with clowns. I need your help. Are you having fun? Take a balloon on your way out. Automatic. So this is another story tagged site, however instead of reading it, I'll just give a quick summary of it. Basically, two people are talking to each other with them talking about how the future holds, mentioning stuff such as having pod ships to take trips to different locations from your bed, or being able to track everybody's movements through tunnels without any malicious intent, with the later half of the story talking about the new realistic, futuristic world designed specifically around each other, and having electric organs. Implants. So, are we born with these? Removes my organs and fondles them in my hands, letting the squishiness of them jiggle between my fingers. Or do I put them in later? Heart. This site is a bunch of different texts, with clicking on the arrow preceding the text. Bahu. Bahi. Komaeda's not here. He is away. If you want to see him, you should not stay. Baha. Bala. He's wasted away. Badum. Badum. Where is his thumb? With the hands of a human. But his fingers all numb. He goes down to the water. Takes one big large dip. Bahihi. Bahaha. He let it all slip. With the last string of text having an image of a heart underneath. Recipe. The first thing you see is an image of fetus and all laying down on what looks like rice, saying yum, meal complete. The text underneath it says, howdy all, let me introduce myself to y'all. I'm Mod Chef Mater. I gave one of the mods this recipe and I'm glad they decided to share it all with you. I remember the day they let me outside. The sun was shining behind the clouds, it was about to rain, felt the grass between my toes. They let me play with the rats for a while. I felt like I didn't do enough that day. The rain began to fall and my skin began to burn. That was the first day I smelt flesh. It delined my nose. I couldn't get enough. I felt as though I need to experience with all my 23 senses. When the rain stopped, I sneaked out again. I didn't have anything to cover my feet, so the muddy and wet terrain burnt my soles of my feet. It didn't hurt. So delightful. I picked up one of the rats and hid it in my extra fat pocket skin. I ran back into my humbler home and got out a pan. I cut his fur off and cooked the little fella hiding in my skin. Unlike anything I've ever experienced before, they found out I had a knack for cooking, so they began to bring me more and more things. Oh, but you're probably wanting the recipe, aren't you? Well, here it is. After this, the post begins to explain the recipe and then says goodbye. 18. An image of Komaeda holding Venus in order saying, my McRib cartilage is inflamed, a sign that it's time to begin the harvest. Chiaki. The only thing here is a blank page with the words he falling on the left side. Anime. We see the sprite of a Komaeda saying the lines, ah, hello, my name is Nagito Komaeda. I'm inside your computer right now. It's warm in here. If you don't mind, maybe you'll let me out. It's okay if you don't, it's just a suggestion. Oh yes, I can fix your hard drive from inside here. Ah, could you pass me a screwdriver? Thank you, this is the right one. Mingled in the intimate sputterings of your overworked computer vent, you can hear soft sobs from deep within inside your workstation PC. Naegi. A drawing of Makoto Naegi as a lizard wearing his hoodie as his own skin. Grass floating at the bottom of the page with farm animal noises playing in the background. Intestines. An image of some intestines fading in and out while also zooming in and out. That's it, there's literally nothing else on the page. Dream. I actually have no fucking clue what this story is, but it's about someone talking about saying how much you lie to yourself, with the future being able to call towards Komaeda and hold his hand, as if he was being able to drag you closer to water and save your life. However, at the end of the story, when you go to hold his hand, he blows with the sand, basically saying that they are hallucinations and that they were trapped in the desert, desperate for water. Fetus Sonata. This site quickly says, he's getting away, with a drawing of Fetus Sonata in a jar, infinitely scrolling down the page trying to escape. Hidden. An image of a clown looking at you shows up with a box saying clown, clown horn, adornment, clown headdress, in addition to the name of the site being translated from Chinese to say spining clown cartoon character. Stone work in progress. Me? Oh yeah, I know all about stones. God. I get that this is some type of font that translates to something, but I legit have no clue. Like, I'm trying to research and I really don't know what this translates to, sorry. Hair. Here we have Komaeda's hair floating up and down the page with the text saying, I wish I was scribed in an ancient miso... whatever the fuck. I was born in the wrong generation, sad face. A phoneme. You got these spinning shapes, and that's it. Angel. Open the clown box. During this, Jack in the Box music playing in the background, with there being a code. If you get the wrong code, it just tells you that you're wrong and you'll have to try again. In the coding of the website, it says, hello hacker fucker, this is Mod Komaeda 12. Here's the deal, if you hack this clown box, I will find you wherever you are and break your legs, and that's a promise. After doing some research, the code to the clown box is Komaeda's birthday, 0428. Opening it sends you to another page that says, you've done it, you've unlocked the clown box. My little puzzles, you enjoyed them, yes? You've worked hard, and you deserve a prize, don't you? It's like we're back at the carnival after all this practice. You finally beat the ring toss game, having wasted your whole wallet's worth just so you could get that stuffed bear on the top shelf of the display case. And now, I'm supposed to give you a stuffed bear, aren't I? I suppose. You deserve it. After continuing, it instantly switches to this black vortex background with this image of Clown Komaeda. Hey, take my balloon. If you wait too long to grab the balloon, his nose falls afterwards, and then the background disappears with the Clown Komaeda zooming out into the distance. After this, the page stays blank forever and you can't do anything. Box. This is an image of a clown with the letter B next to it. Heaven. Here we have a photo of what I guess would be an angel, and it says click me. However, hovering over the site changes its appearance with a clown saying you will click him, you will click this clown. When you click the clown, a pair of clown shoes falls on the screen. Hammurabi. Apparently this is a line from the second verse of the Bible, but I can't find it, so I'll just read out the whole thing. A hole of secrets waiting until it's unlocked. Somebody will find it. Fret not. Stow away. They'll find your burial place, no matter how deep the second of sun. Perhaps another like Eve. Where is the garden? And on the third day, time continues. A week past horns, that's when he was born. See? This page is just a drawn eyeball that follows your mouse movements. Hollow. Clown Komaeda's back. Hey. How have you been recently? I heard things weren't going so well. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for you. Me and the rest of the clowns. Anytime you need us, just call me on my clown phone. Just dial me up, you know my number. I'll drive on over in my clown car, bring all your best friends. We can have a party. We can have a good time. You aren't alone in this. You need to lay back every once in a while. Need to clown around, you know? So I just wanted to reiterate that I love you. And if you need me, just let me know. Oh, and one more thing. Take my balloon. Clicking the text sends you to this, and when you click on them, they say this. Welcome, I'm Komaeda. This is my cave. You've entered it. Heh, I never thought after all these years someone would find me. I've been here for so long, my body is failing me. I'm not as strong as I once was. Did you know? A deity though I am, I'm not the creator of Komaeda kind. Do you know? Maybe you do. The true creator, their god, Komaeda, is not it. He is a false god, and Shrinkmaeda, their devil. I'm stuck to this rock, as I have been for the past centuries. I pass my time by scratching tire marks on the ground with my sickle. Little old Komaeda, he paid me a visit once. Nice guy. He broke my third sickle and kicked dirt in my face, called me an old, freakish hag. I admire audacity like that. Have things changed in the surface world? Did something happen to Grotesque? I don't hear the beck and call of Komaedalings in the nest like I used to. Though my cave is so deep in the earth, I could clearly hear their scrabblings. It brought me joy, hope. I miss feeling hope. I think we could use more hope. Do you know? Ah yes, that's right. I'm sure he already showed you what it's all about. Then I have nothing to share with you, besides a passing word of caution. Komaeda is not what you think. That's all. Yet again, ending with another link with the text that sends you to, here. So, you decided to come after all. Your negligence will be your demise. It surprises me that your moderating powers haven't usurped from you yet. But perhaps, just this once, your naivety is a blessing in disguise. Do you read me, Mod Komaeda 1862? Come to my chambers, for you haven't visited me even once since I was freed from prison. But things have changed since then. The least you can do is pay me a visit now. And then we have the same figure from before, sitting in a different location, but with even more text. There is a lot more text after this, so instead of reading it like I am, I'll just give a quick summary. Once in here, they refer to you as Mod Komaeda 1826 a lot, and tells you that they are here to caution you about Komaeda, saying that he has some power beyond everybody else and created something that doesn't even exist, but they don't say what it is or describe what it is either. And that you should never trust anyone, not even the other mods on the page, with the last piece of text showing the image again, with another link saying, I'll see you in 2.5 years. However, this sends you to a future page on the portal, so we'll get to that when we do. 854-389-793. Okay, this is by far my favorite page on the portal. Hey, nice phone. What? Nice phone. You have a nice phone. Where'd you get it, please? Nice phone. Where did you get it? Nice phone. Where'd you get it? In the computer store? Fly. This image just shows a PNG of what they call Harry Styles, flies across the screen, and hidden in the code of the website says, my body is absolutely sweating all over. I'm shaking like a newborn cattle in Ireland. Why? The word schizophrenia is spelled in spinning squares. Omar. This sprite edit of Omar, I'm not sure what this sprite edit is supposed to represent or mean, but he's shaking rapidly with Ibuki's song from Danganronpa 2 playing really loud in the background. Life. Here we have a 3D model of what I can only guess is Makoto Naegi Lizard from what we saw earlier. Clown nose. Well, just as the title says, it's a clown nose, and when you click on it, it makes a clown honk noise. Bebo Clown Dog. We have a logo of the hot dog company in America called Bebo Hot Dog, shaking in the middle of the screen, with the whole background being the same image of a clown. So these last 5 on the portal are all linked stories to each other, with each page linking to each one when you finish reading it. So instead of reading each one, I'll give a quick summary of each one. Massage. This story talks about how you're working in a spa with somebody really tall, sketchy, and scary looking coming into the store, while you're the only one working there. They talk about how you're nervous and scared, but in the end, the tall figure just asks for a spa treatment. Spa. This one details the tall figure speaking quite a lot, saying stuff such as, you won't be here anymore, and trying to have a deep, meaningful conversation with you. However, your responses each time are small, as if you weren't listening. Aftermath. Here we part ways with the tall figure as they talk about it being risky traveling this time of night, then talks about when you fumble through your tip, you find a small piece of paper. Thank you. Thanks for the massage. You have satisfied my hunger greatly. I'm sorry I could never do the same for you. Please accept this in exchange. Turn. You turn the note over. On the back, there seems to be a little drawing. Love mail. And lastly, shows this image of the moon and love heart saying, love mail just for you. But this isn't the end. At the bottom of the page is the text that says, what's this? Clicking on it sends you here. Here we have 22 more pages in what they like to call the depths. So, let's go through them. Komaeda. The old Komaeda love mail layout with the text Komaeda, a tale of treachery, coming soon. Ancient one.txt, the old layout again with this drawing attached and details about information about Komaeda, with this image below saying this is their symbol. Beheaded. This page only has a playable MP3 file, which is just a bunch of drums beats followed by an auto-tune voice saying, "Hear me baby." Goth. This site details multiple people called Edward Clive, who lived in the 1800s. Under each one of them are links to Wikipedia pages and books about them, with a short description of each. I really don't know why, honestly, but at the bottom of the page it says, "Wig, snatched on the 22nd of December, 1845. Whatever this title is. Pretty sure this is a birth certificate of one of the Edward Clives mentioned in the page before this. 16171614101511765. Here we see an image of the inside of a room, with the light peeking inside from the curtains. The audio on this site is just really loud screaming, so I'm not going to play it. Deceit. We already covered this page, it's the one that's like right after the Clown Komaeda one. Jest. There's a floating clown nose with what looks like to be stairs next to it. Clicking on the clown nose makes what they call Big Clown to appear. They spam this text box with the rest of the page turning black, and then you can't do anything else afterwards. Crime. We already covered this page during the Clown Komaeda one. Teeth. Here we have a drawing of Komaeda wearing something, I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely some type of animal costume. You can't interact with anything on this page, but if you go into the coding of the site, they give you a step-by-step guide on how to change the image. However, if I'm going to be honest, I've been trying at this for a while, and I legit have no clue how to do this on the page. But I can just grab the images from the coding of the site instead. Basically, it has different sets of teeth within the same art style of the page. And in addition to this, the Komaeda here is called rebirth.png in the site. 1862. This is a 5-page comic of Komaeda waking up from bed, seeing this at the end of their bed before disappearing. The last panel is the note, but I'm not sure what this means as it just doesn't make any sense. Either way, after all this, there's a link at the bottom of the page that sends you to the next page on the depths of the portal. Lab. This is a story page, which from what it looks like, it's about somebody questioning how they were created and thought it was something directly from a grim fairy tale, in which they start reading out saying that you and every other mod were created in blank's own laboratory. With every time they mention this name, it's blanked out. And then they mention that they were made the same way as Fetus Hinata by coming out of a mod Komaeda, and then ending off with them saying, "I never really figured out how mod Komaedas were born, and I really don't want to know how they die." Turkey. Okay, just letting you know, if you keep this charades up any longer, I'm going to teleport to your fuck-face piece of shit house and show you what a turkey's all about. Fuck you. Clicking the link sends you to this page of them spamming, "Stop googling turkey." This link clicking continues. How to kill a turkey, how to murder a turkey, big gun, one turkey in the middle of a field. Some people weep after killing their bird or even witnessing the act. Others have discovered that they were surprisingly accepting of the bird's death, and found that they were in awe of the beautiful creature and all of its work it takes to get the turkey from the farm to the table. One farmer mentioned that if everyone had to slaughter and eviscerate their meat, many people would turn to vegetarianism. Not just because of the emotional impact of the creature's life, but also the sheer work involved to do so. Turkey, not the continent, the animal, has 5 finger-like tendrils of varying colors, is eaten, is worshipped as a god. I wish you would die, fuck. And it all ends with this drawing of a turkey. Thanks. This seems to be a chat log from mod 371 to an unknown mod. The log talks about them killing a turkey and that this unknown mod was upset and missed the turkey. However, the other mod lets them know that they were thinking about them as they were cutting open the turkey, and they even mention, "We thought of your overcooked body sitting on the table and no one being audacious enough to eat you." Steven Stone. This site has this drawing of somebody, I don't know who it is, but they basically say the lines, "Say your final words, and may your descent to hell be overflooded by the torrents worn by my fuckbuster." This link sends you to the next page on the depths. Organite. You found me, and now you have to deal with the consequences. Clicking this moon sends you to the next page on the depths. Banned. May he rest in peace. He's not dead, but he's where his mal be. Fuck him. Then the rest of the text underneath talks about as if you had died, but in reality just got banned. For some reason, each of the sections here ends with, "You know who you are." Smite. This page details how to do a spell to turn yourself into a baby for 1 hour. First, light the candle. Start shaking the rattle while you chant goo goo ga ga. Turns my skin soft, my legs short, goo goo ga ga. No hair, no rules, a baby's life for me. Stick the picture of the baby over the candle and let it burn. Keep shaking the rattle until the picture is gone. Then repeats the same text at the bottom saying there may be some lack of discipline. However, you may find enjoyment. But underneath all of this is some giant random text that doesn't mean anything. Venus. This site has loads of floating red eyes staring at you while this creature with Komaeda's hair fades in and out of the screen. After some time, the words enter will appear, and if you click on it, it will send you to the next page on the depths. Mother. There's this number at the top of the screen. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't do anything. Have you heard? The planets are going to align so close together that they'll collide with the Earth. All of the 9 great performers in our solar system are finally going to hold hands. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. A great thing will happen. A star will be born. The 3 great lords of water will reach out to us, flooding this expansive planet of blue and green. And at once, it will become fully blue. The second best part, we can see it all from home. The best part, clicking this last bit of text causes this to appear. I'm not sure what this is, but in the code's website, it's called sapient_small.png, and when you click on it, it just shakes. Organs. This is an extremely long, and I mean extremely long visual novel, so I'm not going to talk about it all, but I'll just detail some stuff. So the game starts with a surgery of one of the mods happening. We see them in hospital here, and we get to talk to them. A lot of their dialogue is just random text that doesn't make sense, but during the game we get to tell the truth or lie to them multiple times with different outcomes. Later within the game, we find someone called Dr. Komaeda to help, with the mod Komaeda currently in hospital. And we learn that the doctor treating the mod has been mistaking and calling them a Komaeda kisser. After some talk, the Dr. Komaeda tells us that the mod will be reborn as the same mod, as if nothing ever happened. It ends with the Dr. Komaeda telling us that we are all giant golden turkeys, with a link saying gobble. This link takes you to a kid's site where you can dress up a turkey in different outfits. Flesh. So we have this thing on the left with Komaeda's hair. I have legit no clue what this is. Your guess is as good as mine. But within the coding of the site, this file is called beautiful_500.png, and this page kind of details about the burning of flesh, saying that they're going to lay down where they're supposed to die. Moon burned into my skin. I could feel it dangling. And there we have it. That was the entire Komaeda Love Mail portal. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and I do appreciate it. I just hope you enjoyed. I mean no will harm or anything against the Komaeda Love Mail. I just wanted to document all the pages and make a video on it, as there's nothing like this of the sorts on YouTube, so I thought this would have made an interesting video. Either way, more Danganronpa videos to come. I am back from my break. So yeah, a lot more Danganronpa content to come, and I'm really excited to come back and show everybody more videos and stuff I've been working on. So yeah, anyway, sorry about that. I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!